I just barely saw blessed Jesus and many purging souls, whom Jesus Christ was sending to the help of the peoples. It seemed that many disgraces of contagious diseases were to happen to the peoples, and earthquakes in some places. Some were killing themselves, some were throwing themselves into wells or into the sea, and some were killing others. It seems that man is tired of himself, because without God he does not feel the strength to continue living. Oh, God, how many chastisements, and how many thousands of people will be victims of these scourges. March 13, 1906. If the soul cannot be without Jesus, it is a sign that she is necessary to his love. This morning blessed Jesus was not coming, and I was saying to myself, Lord, don't you see that I feel life missing in me? I feel such necessity of you, that if you do not come, I feel my being destroyed. Do not deny me what is absolutely necessary to me. I do not ask you for kisses, caresses, favors, but only for what is necessary. While I was saying this, I found myself all absorbed in him. My whole being was dissolved in such a way that I could do nothing and see nothing but what he himself was doing and seeing. I felt blissful, happy, all of my powers dozy. Just like one who goes into the depths of the sea, which is all water, and if he looks, he sees water. If he speaks, the water prevents his speech and enters even into his bowels. If he listens, it is the murmuring of the waters that enters into his ears. With this difference, that in the sea one's life is in danger, and one feels neither happy nor blissful, while in God one reacquires divine life, happiness and beatitude. Then blessed Jesus told me, My daughter, if you cannot be without me, so much am I necessary for you, it is a sign that you are necessary to my love. In fact, the degree in which one becomes necessary to someone else, is a sign that the second is necessary to the first. Therefore, even though sometimes it seems that I am not coming, and you struggle, and I see how necessary I am for you, as this necessity grows in you, so does it grow in me, and I say to myself, I am going to go and take this relief for my love. This is why, after you have struggled, I come. April 17, 1906 * San Francisco earthquake 8.3 and fire 700 die. God will arm the elements against man. This morning I had a bad time. I was outside of myself and I could see nothing but fire. It seemed that the earth would open and threaten to swallow cities, mountains and men. It seemed that the Lord would want to destroy the earth, but in a special way 3 different places, distant from one another, and some of them also in Italy. They seemed to be 3 mouths of volcanoes. Some were sending out fire which flooded the cities, and in some places the earth was opening and horrible quakes would occur. I could not understand very well whether these things were happening or will have to happen. How many ruins! Yet, the cause of this is only sin, and man does not want to surrender. It seems that man has placed himself against God, and God will arm the elements against man, water, fire, wind and many other things, which will cause many upon many to die. What fright, what horror! I felt I was dying in seeing all these sorrowful scenes. I would have wanted to suffer anything to placate the Lord. And the Lord made himself seen for just a little, but who can say how? I said a few words to placate him, but he would not listen to me. Then he told me, My daughter, I can find no place left in which to rest in my creation. Let me rest in you, and you, rest in me and keep quiet. April 25, 1906 She suffers together with Jesus. He gives her all of his sufferings and all of himself as gift. As I was in my usual state, I seemed to see blessed Jesus inside of me, all afflicted, in the act of suffering the crucifixion, and it seemed that I would suffer a little together with him. Then he told me, My daughter, everything is yours. My sufferings and all of myself. I give you everything as gift. Then he added, My daughter, how many things creatures do against me. What a thirst for sins they have, what a thirst for blood. I would want to do nothing but pour the bowels of the earth inside out and burn them all up. And I, Lord, what are you saying? You told me that you are all mine, and one who gives himself to someone else is no longer the master of himself. I do not want you to do this, and you must not do it. If you want satisfaction from me, make me suffer whatever you want, for I am ready for everything. So, I felt him within me as if I were keeping him bound, and oftentimes he would repeat, "Let me do, for I can take no more. Let me do, for I can take no more." And I would repeat, "I do not want it, Lord, I do not want it." But as I was saying this, I felt my heart split with tenderness in admiring his goodness, so condescending to a sinful soul such as I could comprehend many things about the divine goodness, but I cannot say them well. April 26, 1906. Jesus does not want to let her see the chastisements so as not to afflict her. Continuing in my poor state, I felt there were people around my bed who wanted me to see the chastisements which were happening in the world, earthquakes, wars and many other things, which I could not understand well, to make me intercede with the Lord. It seemed to me that they were saints, but I cannot tell with certainty. In the meantime, blessed Jesus came out from within my interior, and he said to them, "Do not molest her, do not afflict her by wanting to make her see sorrowful scenes. Rather, let her be tranquil, and leave her alone with me." They went away, and I remained concerned. Who knows what is happening, that he does not even want me to see? Then, afterwards, I found myself outside of myself, and I saw a priest who began to talk about the earthquakes which had occurred in the past days, saying, "The Lord is very indignant, I believe they are not yet finished." And I, who knows whether we will be spared? He became inflamed, and it seemed that his heart was beating so strongly that I could feel it myself, and those heartbeats would reverberate in my heart. I could not understand who he was, but I felt a certain something being communicated to me. Then he added, "How can grave things happen, with destructions and dying of people, where there is a heart that loves for all? At most, a few tremors might be felt, without considerable damage." On hearing, "a heart that loves for all," I felt as though I were being picked on, and I myself cannot tell how I came out saying, "What are you saying? A heart that loves for all?" Not only that loves for all, but that repairs for all, that suffers, that thanks, that praises, that adores, that respects the holy law for all, because I do not believe it is true love toward the beloved, if one does not render him the love and all the satisfaction which the others were supposed to render him, in such a way that in that person, he must find all the good and the contentment which he was to find in all. On hearing me, he became more ignited, and drew near me in the act of wanting to clasp me. I was afraid, I felt blushing for having spoken that way, and my heart, struck by his heartbeats, was throbbing. He seemed to transform, as if he were our Lord, but I cannot tell with certainty. Without my being able to oppose him, he clasped me to himself, telling me, "Every morning I will come to you, and we will have breakfast together." At that moment I found myself